Okay, my loves, it is currently Tuesday, June 4th, and I have the pleasure and honor of providing a soul work lens as it relates to being a leader, living in leadership, and practicing servitude through the lens of being of service to others. And from the soul lens, I want to, throughout this sharing, this offering, to give some gentle reminders. And the first one is definitely going to be about servitude to self, preceding servitude to others. And that also includes the business that you do and the way that you show up in business, in practitioner lens, and in your seat of service to your community, to your business, to your brick and mortar, to your e-commerce, to your funnel, your online following. Your IG Live is a direct reflection of how you show up and handle business to yourself, handle your own business. And I want to really, as I say, and Portia knows this, make love to life amidst all of these gentle reminders. So just know that what spirit, what the universe, and also the seasons have brought us to is an invitation to make love to whatever is, as all that will be, everything that comes in this season. Even things that we are still seeking clarity on, that you find a way to make love to the uncertainty. Whatever you do, and here's the bottom line, there's going to be a few bottom lines throughout this space, is really sitting with the core of, can you find the love in the thing that is creating discord or resistance and even resonance, right? So, from both extremes, the highs and the lows, can you find love in it? Can you make love to it? And so, I'm going to lead from this lens of soul work and the assignment that I have partnered in. And this is something I want you to ask yourself. So, I'm going to ask you now to make sure you have some notes. You're going to want to write. You're going to have a desire, a craving to write, because that's the season that we're in. And again, if you are aligned with the season and aligning your body, rightfully so, your business is going to align. I'm going to say that again. If you are open to aligning your body, your business, and all affairs associated with you will by default also align with the seasons. And so here's where I want to offer a heart check first. We do these every Wednesday now in the afternoon for our summer series. And in the afternoon, evening, I always start off with a heart check. So I'm going to ask you to take the pulse and check the heart rate first of you. Okay. And then you're going to check the pulse and check the heart rate of your business. And when I say take the pulse and check the heart rate, now when we do this in clinic for the body, we are listening for the force, we're feeling the rate and the momentum. We're looking for the force, the rate, and the momentum. We're not just counting beats, but in clinic, we're looking for the quality of the heart. Is it strong? Is it forceful? Does it feel or appear to be weak or faint? That's the quality of the heart. And then, what is the momentum of it? So now we're looking at the pace. We're looking at the consistency of it. And we're also feeling into your ability, without judgment, to just be aware and trust that what you feel is true. Okay? And so when you do that for both, and you're able to check the rate of your body, check the heart pulse of your body, and then, right, as above, so below, check the rate and heart pulse of your business. And so you apply those same qualities to what is the pace, what is the quality in which the heartbeat of my business, uh, what is the momentum, how much do I trust the heartbeat of my business to beat without me trying to forcefully, or trying to resuscitate it, or trying to consistently monitor, because you don't do that to your own heartbeat, right? So when you think about the heartbeat of your business, check the pulse, check the rate, and really sit with the quality of it. Am I satisfied with it? Are there any green flags or red flags that trigger me to want to inquire deeper into why the pulse of my business feels a little faint, or feels a little sluggish, or why is it forceful? Is the forcefulness mimicking my body's heart rate of anxiousness, right? Okay, so if we're able to pull a thread between the two, this is where Spirit has really had me sitting in the soul work of this season, is checking inward first before I look at anything external. It's inside out. Everything I do in the lens and in the light of making love to life and appreciating my life and making the quality of life of others more optimal. I'm doing it through the lens of really trusting that I trust the assignment, I trust the rate of it, I trust the momentum of it, I trust the quality of what it is that I'm doing. And I am open to receive more guidance as I move throughout the seasons, because that's what seasons and the elements come to give us. It's just more guidance. All right, so let's talk about the guidance of June, summer solstice, and the lovely Gemini. So, a couple of things that are coming up for me personally and my community and clientele. There's three words I'm going to share, and I want to give a little insight within these three words. These three words: oneness, protection, and completion. These three words again: oneness, protection, and completion. And in the lens of oneness, right, we're still talking about the soul work as it relates to my body and my business. Oneness being the self realization, the faith, and conduit. Self realization. What is my faith? What is my faith rooted in? What do I have faith in? And conduit. How am I a conduit for the work that I am doing for Spirit, for the channel, for the work of the greater good? And how is my business a conduit? And actually, what is your business a conduit for? So when we're checking the pulse and the rate and the momentum and the quality of it, we're also doing the check and balances. If you understand the assignment as a business owner and as a spiritual or holistic or well-being business owner, that you are essentially a funnel yourself. You are a conduit. You are a vessel, so that you can have a clear flowing, free flowing air, inspiration, and that's the spirit of Gemini, to flow through. The thing is, ideas will always come. For Geminis, we are constantly thinking. We don't have a choice to stop thinking. But the power that lies within our thinking and ideas, and the way we download information, and the way we're in a constant mode of reception, is our ability to be able to transmute and funnel where the energy and the inspiration, the air is going, right? So information comes in. Do I have the proper channels to be able to direct, and not forcefully, but effortlessly, so that when it drops in, it automatically knows where to go? Check the ducts in your business. Check the vents in the airways. Do you have And I'm not just talking about funnels for a masterclass or to create courses or to try to fill a room on Zoom, but really, again, remember inside out. Do I have awareness of how information funnels through my body? Am I able to properly translate that outside of my body through my hands, through my creativity, through my mouth, through my lens? Is there awareness of the proper channels that the information goes through? So now I'm checking my connections. I'm checking the pipes that connect to those connections. I'm checking the vents. I'm seeing if I need to dust, if I need to change the filter, right? Same thing. Remember, as within, so without. So if I'm doing this for my body, I'm doing this for my house, I'm also doing this for my business. I'm looking at the proper channels and not just the trendy and the ones that are aesthetic, but the channels that specifically work for me, that make sense for me, that have me really enjoying the process as opposed to dreading the work. Like I feel like I got to forge ahead in my business and what I'm doing. And if I feel like I have to forge consistently, like I am like sluggishly trying to pull myself through a feet of snow in the middle of summer, then that, my love, is a check and balance that somewhere along the way I've kind of missed a window of opportunity, not only to ask but to receive help. Okay, let's go back. That's oneness, protection, boundaries, shielding, conservation. Boundaries, shielding, and conservation. So I think about the energy of shields. They are specifically curated. Shields are designed to protect and to sustain energy. And if we have a practice of keeping the shield potent and robust, potent meaning it is like it's a good tonic, like it the medicine is there and you know it's there. Your business is potent, your business is robust, it takes up space, it expands, even just by word of mouth. The moment someone puts their mouth and puts the name of your business in their conversation, it immediately creates a magnetic expansion. Also, because we are aware of where our business is being shared, how it's being shared, who am I connecting to? Because remember, we checked our vents and our funnels and our channels, we changed the filter, we looked at the ducts, right? So we're making sure that we have a free flow. So I know that whatever channel or person or platform that I'm using to market, to expand my business, it's clean, it's thorough, it's integral, it's honest. Okay, let's go back to protection. In this season, leading up to the summer solstice, alignment is untouched in this energetic field. And understanding that you, especially throughout this summer, you're going to have a constant reminder and invitation to show up and to stand your ground. That is the energy of the sun. That is the solar plexus, and also the energy of solar and the power. It has an innate ability to shine light, to create luminal spaces, to immediately bring to the forefront, to the surface, push from water to land, expose. Shall we keep going? It's going to, whatever has been hidden is going to come to light in this season. And so without being afraid, but looking at all the ways that you've been praying and you have been, praying through word and also through tears and doing your rituals and, setting up your crystals and polishing your altar and all of that in efforts to bring you closer to the thing that you desire, right? So you've been cultivating practices for manifestation, and now you're in a season to be exposed. Do not fear the exposure. You have been prepared for this exposure. And so allowing your business to have a little more light on it, allowing your voice to have a mic up under it that will give you the volume so that your delivery is clear, not being afraid of platforms, right? Or of stages, or just, maybe practice standing on a shoebox or a soapbox. Put your heels on and start prancing around the house as if you are about to give a presentation. You can also stand in the grass and do it barefoot, either way. But this is where I believe Spirit is reminding us, the saying, be careful what you ask for and what you pray for. And the be careful is not a caution of fear, but it's a reminder of sovereignty to, like, okay, let me remind you, let me bring to your attention, be mindful of the thing that you are saying and the thing that you are asking for, and then the invitation that you turn down that aligns with the thing that you're asking for, because you are afraid of exposure. Let the sun do what the sun was designed to do: bring light, bring warmth, bring circulation, shine. Your gift will make room for you, and it will do the work for you, because the gift knows how to gift. It knows what to do. It's your humanity that is being asked to move out of the way and trust the elements that are guiding your gifts around you. All right, let's go into completion. Looking forward, this is the dissolution and innovation. So the finish line: objectives achieved, lessons integrated, energies transmuted, surrender to the cycles, what is ready to come. So we just talked about surrendering to the elements and to the solar energy and allowing it to do what it has been designed to do. And that includes the vision that you have for your business. That vision is still there. Going back to remember your why. That's a good place. This is a good place in the calendar, in the season, in our life. June brings us to a place of pivot and pause. June always brings us to a place to pivot and pause. And in the pivoting and in the pausing, you have this gentle reminder to sit with why, not what. We're aware of what's happening, but why is it happening? What is the core root desire? How did I get here? Who brought me here? Whose beliefs brought me here? Who am I believing? What do I believe? Why do I believe that, right? And so as we're honoring to, or bringing honor to the season that we're in, that's every season, right? Honoring spring, honoring the transition between spring and summer, honoring what summer is bringing us, honoring what late summer has prepared for us. There is a sacred call to honor where you are and to trust the patterns that come, just like nature trusts, just like the tree that is rooted in the ground. Trust that every year fall is coming. Does it try to unroot itself and try to move to a different neighborhood? No, it doesn't. It it actually extends the root deeper into the ground, because it understands that there are some things that are going to fall off of me. So let me prepare to let go. I'm going to root myself deeper to let go. Okay, same energy in the summer. Let me prepare to sweat a little bit, so I know that my heart is going to be conditioned. There's going to be a little bit more fire up under me. I am going to have a little bit more momentum, because that's what the season calls for. So this is not something I have to conjure up on my own. I don't have to double up on my tonics. However, drinking warm drinks in the summertime, your gut loves it, because that's how it clears your immune system, and you are receiving information through your first brain, which is your gut. So keep that practice of warm drinks in the summertime, but really trusting, as Portia mentioned earlier in a Tuesday check-in, the herbal practice that you have, your holistic practice, your sleep hygiene, the livelihood and your regimen that you are cultivating, that actually will help or hinder how you honor the season with your body and your business. Okay, so summer calls for you to honor the pattern of the sun. Honor the way the sun is inviting you to mirror its light in this season. And then in your devotion, really taking an assessment within your soul and the soul heartbeat of your business to really Pay attention to what patterns are repeating, what's coming up to the surface, what's ready. We know all is here and all is coming, but what's ready to come right now? What's in the queue for you right now? All right, I'm gonna run through some June invitations, and I know this is a lot, but I trust that you'll be able to replay this back and really fine tune your notes and just do a check and balance with where you are, where you currently are, presently where you currently are. This energy in June also calls for us to be present and to trust the presence and trust that each moment where you have invitation to be still. When you have invitation to move, checking in with the body first. Now, the mind, which runs the Gemini, which is the Rolodex of 1,000 things to see, think, and do in research, right? So things are constantly going to be coming in. You're going to get an increase of invitation. You're going to get an increase of inquiry, of searches, of some of you I can see right now intuitively that people are going to be Googling your business a lot more. So you're going to be getting a lot more hits. You're going to have a lot more eyes on you. You're going to have a lot more consultations and inquiries. And within that, again, make sure you do a check and balance. What this season calls for is that you check in with your body even more than you assess things and accept things in your mind. We're not accepting in the mind. It enters through the mind, and we make exceptions, accept. We actually put our yes on it through the body. It enters through the mind, we accept through the body. It comes in by invitation through the mind. My yes and my resonance comes through the body. So here's some more June invitations. These are energetic works that I'm working with for this season: mental, quick, volatile, and pleasure. Know your impulses. Restructure. Consult your heart first, not your fear. Align your self control with your intention. I'm going to say that again. Align your self control with your intention. Reminders in pleasure. And here are some key things when you think about pleasure. Geminis love to play. We love a little a little game of sensual play on top of that. Anything that brings us to the energy of sapiosexual, the playful, enticing, erotic energy of knowing more, of exchanging information, of scholarship, of research. Like sapiosexuals get turned on by information, but also through the invitation of being able to play with the knowledge that they have. In that play brings about creativity, about curiosity. It brings about this childhood wonder again. And so allow yourself this season to fine tune in your business where you can create more room for play, where you can be more sensual in your products and in your services and in your delivery. And sensual is not necessarily tied to your sexuality, but really you tapping into your senses, the way you taste things, the way you touch things, right? The way you lay your eyes on things and you create your descriptions in a different way, the way you breathe in the scent of things, like really allowing your natural senses to be a part of the makeup and the design of your business. That is a Gemini quality that comes natural to us. We are going to play, we can sniff out information like no other. And so you are being invited to open your senses, also to tap into your natural intuitive abilities. This is the season of psychic powers expanding as well, because Gemini rules air, intellect, and also the psyche. So my belief, we're all intuitive. However, there is a cultivation within all of us. Some of us, it's natural because there's no resistance. We've accepted it. Others, it takes a little bit more work, or we are intuitive by way of, through different channels. Like here comes your claircognizant, your clairaudient, your clairsentient, right? So how can you fine tune um, the organ system in your body with your natural senses with your desires for your business? Let me ask that one more time. How can you fine tune the organ systems in your body, right? So we can talk about the heart, the liver, the kidney. Summer is governs the spleen. Spring was the liver. Summer is the spleen. Okay, so now we're talking about the essence of the way your food is broken down in the body, and the body keeps the essence of that. So it is really filtering and vetting out for you the quality and the essence of what you're digesting in your gut. Okay, and then how can you align that with the way that you vet out and filter the quality and the essence of your clientele, of your email list, of your events that you have once or twice or in rotation every month? Okay. Look at your neighbor and say, does that make sense? Make it make sense. All right. Increase your alertness. Allow yourself to take notes, to be curious about new ideas. If there's a craving, if you just all of a sudden just have an urge to research and look something up, just follow it. Please trust the innate knowing without having to always have a means to an end. I'm telling you, Gemini season will work better for you if you let go of the results and your intended result, and you actually just follow the curiosity of the path and just be open to receive. You don't need to know where you're going. You don't need to know what the end result is going to be. Do you trust the journey along the way? Do you trust how the journey is going to feel? Do you know how you want to feel along the journey? Or are you just focused on what the end of the journey is going to look like and how much money it's going to pay you? How much more pleasant and how much more sacred and how much more delicious can the journey be on the way to you not figuring out, but feeling your way into what the end is going to look like? All right. I want to leave you with a little feel in the blank, and that's FEEL. Feel in the blank. And you're going to ask yourself, say your name aloud. And I want you to do this with you personally, but also want you to also do this with the name of your business. So you're going to say, I would say, I, Kira. And then I can also say, I, Hey Healer, or I, Kira. And if you stand, right, standing in the threshold for your business. There's something there about standing in the threshold for your business. You being the umbilical cord connection, but also trust for you as the individual, but also your business as its own entity outside of your body. Okay, you're going to say your name out loud. Say your business name out loud, and you're going to feel in the blank. I, Kira, would not be afraid to fill in the blank. I, Kira, will be mindful to fill in the blank. I, Kira, will accept in this season, fill in the blank. We're still going. I, Kira, will embrace, fill in the blank. I, Kira, will be aware and avoid. Let's hear that one again. I, Kira, will be aware and avoid. Your last three. I affirm, I declare, I reflect, and ground. Those last three. I affirm, I declare, I reflect, and ground. And I want to give you just some reference points on how to feel FEEL in the blank. So when I say I, Kira, will not be afraid to research, this is what came up for me: investigate, create deeper self inquiry, and negotiate. I, Kira, will be mindful of my psychic abilities in the way in which they are enhancing. I will be mindful and more aware of my natural gifts, not the ones that I'm researching and trying to mimic or learn or fine tune or looking for another certification for somebody to teach me what is innately already within me. I will be mindful that there are things in my hand. There are still things in my hand. I have not even used every card that I've been dealt. So I have not even taken advantage of and fully exhausted everything that is in my hand. I will be mindful of that. I will embrace a new skill. I will embrace whole body communication. So that means I'm not just receiving and assessing things through my mind, but I consult my heart and I consult my body. I will embrace adaptability. That is this season. Geminis are mutable signs. And so the ability to be flexible, to be shapeshifters, and to be adaptable is an innate gift, which means I have to open my hands a little bit. I have to loosen my body. I have to create practices that allow me to constantly check in every single day. For some of us, 3 times a day, of really being aware: am I clenching my jaws? If my jaws are tight, my pelvis is tight, right? If my pelvis is tight, you know what I'm about to say? You can't receive with tight hips. So if I am constantly in a state of clenching my body and I'm looking for more clientele and more flow and more abundance to come in, but my body is locked up, make it make sense this season. Make it make sense. Now, I will be aware and avoid. Number one this season is gossiping. And let me tell you why. Because the power of logos, of word, the power of Mercury in the gift that lies naturally in the season of Gemini and in this summer solstice energy is that everything that comes out of your mouth and everything that is manifested through your thoughts is so. Whatever you say, it is so. Even if it's not about you, it is so. Especially when you are taking assessment of you in comparison, in competition of, in light of, standing in the shadow of anyone and anything else. It is so. So really be mindful, because sometimes we be gossiping about our own selves, like really not thinking highly or talking highly about us. And so avoiding gossiping, avoid hesitancy. Just be clear. If it's not an immediate whole body yes, it's a no. There's no reason for me to stall and go back and forth. And then really be aware and avoid the mental fatigue. There is a natural, innate sort of scattering that comes about in the season and in the mind of Gemini as well. And so the best way to bring yourself out of the scattered energy, the ruminating, and even the brain fog is to slow your movement down and your word. And the very thing that you desire and need the most, oftentimes we are afraid of it because it requires us to do the opposite of what we're experiencing. How do I cancel this out? I need a positive and negative, right? So I'm going to create the chemical reaction within my body to solidify the thing that I desire. Slowing the scattered anxious thoughts, slowing the fire when the fire gets too high this summer. There's too much solar energy. There's too much coming to the surface. There's too many invitations, too many options, too many ideas. Let me slow this down. I slow my movement. I slow my body. I lower my body to the ground. I slow my thoughts. I invite days of silence into my schedule. Everything does not need an answer. let alone an immediate answer. And everything does not require my presence. Every invitation is not a yes. I don't care if you have time and room on your calendar. Leave it open for the miracle that you desire. Create space and spaciousness for the thing that you are least expecting to happen. How do we know and how do we make room for the universe to delight and surprise us if we are filling every moment and every space on our calendar with something in the company of someone? Solitude is a gift and it is medicine. All right, lastly, I affirm, I declare, I reflect, and I ground. And I want to invite you to decree and declare that you are open to receive in ways that defy your level of comfort and convenience. Decree and declare that right now. And affirm yourself that you are safe to inquire, to negotiate, to investigate, and to be excited about new information and new skills. And in your practice of oracle, work, devotion, or even tarot, look at two cards, the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. The Lovers carry the energy of duality, and I really want to, this would probably take another recording and sitting with the true meaning of duality. And it's not necessarily just a black or white, this or that, up and down, right? And the gift that Geminis hold in duality is understanding that neither exists without the other. That's the true meaning of duality. It's not just two separate things, which means I got to look at both lenses. It's either this or that. It's an also and. It's not an either or. It's an also and. Everything and nothing exists without the other, which means there is a higher lens amongst duality. So that is the card, the Lovers, and it speaks about this union and the way the ego and soul integrate, and that's how the human is manifested. The ego and the soul together also comes from the energy of the Lovers card. And then the Knight of Cups is this intentional and slow ambition, strategy, and intuition married and merged together. That is the Knight of Cups. Ambition, strategy, and intuition all merged together. It's a threesome. The Knight of Cups brings the energy of three. It brings the business, it brings the connection, the fellowship, it brings completion and ease. It brings the, how do you solidify a thing? You do it in three. You really sit in the energy of trusting that the partnership that you have curated and developed, you, your business, but then what's above, around, and outside of you in the business is that third partnership into what you're doing. You are never alone, ever, in this path. And I pray that all of this information has been a reminder, a gentle one at that, but also a sweet invitation that through it all, if you do nothing else this season, that you find a way to continue to make love and really trust your words and trust your magic this season and trust the patterns and the cycle of where you are right now. You're not broken. Nothing needs to be fixed. All is here. All is well. All is coming.